So in 1932, a severe drought caused 20,000 emus to migrate toward the west coast of Australia in search of food and water. The land they stumbled into was given by the government to a large number of World War I veterans for the purpose of growing crops of wheat and barley. With the onset of the Great Depression, these farmers were encouraged to increase the size of their crops. Enter the emus. To give you an idea on the decimation, the average emu eats up to 1 and 2 pounds of food a day and drinks up to 18 litres of water a day. So multiply that by 20,000.
Similar to my diet.
Yeah. Okay, well imagine 20,000 Jose's just...
Wow.
And what's your favourite food, Jose?
Probably tacos.
Okay. Well, just...
I don't know if you all are familiar with tacos over there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I must admit, it is my favourite food.
Let's go 10,000 Ryans and 10,000 Jose's. They wander into a taco field. It's, bye-byes.
I'm imagining it now.
That sounds like heaven.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the farmers relayed their concerns to the government, and war was officially declared on the emus. And,
Oh my
and
goodness,
like
that's
they wore
hilarious.
medals, and it's like a proper war. And
This is where it starts to get really embarrassing. Major Meredith and a few of the men travelled to Campion with 2 Lewis machine guns. The local settlers attempted to herd 50 emus into an ambush, but the emus broke off into smaller groups and the guns were ineffective due to range. So basically these guys have got some of the biggest and best machine guns of the era, and they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing when it came to trying to wipe out the enemy, which are birds. Flightless birds.
Right.
Meredith then tried on November 4th. He established an ambush near a local dam because obviously, as we mentioned, the emus love their water. And more than 1,000 emus were spotted coming towards them. The gunners waited until their targets were in close proximity and opened fire, only to have their gun jammed after a dozen emus were killed. So now these emus have, as far as I'm concerned, Professor Xavier mental powers. They jammed the guns with their heads after a few of them went down. So not only are you fighting emus, you're fighting telepathic emus now. So,
And this is where it goes to the next level of hilariousness. At one point, Meredith went so far as to mount one of the guns on a truck, and it was proven ineffective as the truck kept bouncing and it wasn't able to match the speed of the emus, and they couldn't get any shots off.
How fast do
How
these emus
fast do they
move?
go? Yeah, that's exactly
They're
my
fast.
question.
Or how slow is that truck going?
Well, if you're keeping track, that's now 4 failed attempts by the Australian Army on flightless birds. 4 failed attempts.
There's no
feel
need
like-
for super soldiers. There's no need for super soldiers anymore. It's just get the emus.
Yeah, for real.
They should have brought Henry Cavill out so that way he could laser eye them all.
So after 2,500 rounds and only a small numbers of birds killed, the army withdrew. The first attempt was deemed a failure, and Major Meredith was quoted to say, "If we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. They can face machine guns with the invulnerability of tanks. They are like Zulus who even dum-dum bullets could not stop."
Wow.
That's a direct quote.
Wow, that's insane.
And we do want to stress that this is real. We're not making this up. It is actually real.
So the second attempt began on November 13th, and this time the military found a small degree of success, with roughly 40 emus killed. By the 2nd of December, the soldiers were killing about 100 a week. Meredith was recalled on December 10th. His report claimed that 986 kills with 9,860 rounds. So that's a rate of exactly 10 rounds per confirmed kill.
Oh my
Wow.
god, that's awful.
So these birds were taking 10 bullets before they dropped. So, or-
They were very. I'm imagining like the Neo Matrix
Yeah.
oh yeah,
style
definitely.
of emu.
Well, essentially, you had to headshot them,
Yeah,
and they're like this,
So they're like zombies.
twerking around like.
and they're
They were
tiny.
doing.
Yeah,
Yes, Jose.
They were doing
Emu
the Guns
zombies.
N' Roses, the Axl Rose.
yeah.
So there was only 2 attempts, but let's talk about what was most effective, Ryan. The army withdrew. The farmers kept asking for help. The government said no. But then they put out a bounty system.
yeah.
So basically, kill a bird, get some money. And I think it was 1934. Within a 6-month period, 57,000 emus were killed.
Yeah, so that's when when 1800 Pedro Pascal donned the mantle of the Mandalorian, went out and said, "I'm gonna make some money on this bounty hunting thing," you know, and yeah, wow.
Well, so yeah,
So-
the civilians did what the army couldn't.
But yeah, no, it's a very very interesting story, and I do encourage you, and you know, I'm not just saying this because he's my best mate, but if listeners, if you're interested, pick up Jamie's book, and he'll do the plug later. But it's a really good read, and it's got a lot of pictures and art that Jamie has requested design for the book. It's such a good read, and you will be sitting there every chapter going, huh? But it actually did happen, and it is a historical event, and you know. It'll probably reduce your opinion of Australians a little bit, but hey, you know, if it promotes Jamie as a good author, I'm happy with that. I'll take the hit.
You know, if it's half as funny as you guys have been right now, then it's
yeah.
definitely worth a read.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
only
Right.
half as funny,